Hey, Van Pope here. I hope you've been well. Welcome to the 8th episode of 9 countries in 9 days. We're driving in my Land Cruiser 120 series down to Portugal. And in today's video we leave France and cross the Pyrenees mountains into Spain. Hello and good morning. It's not that much of a good morning actually. Look at this damage here. Yeah, so I didn't actually catch it on camera because I was busy trying to resurrect this gazebo. It had completely crashed down, the middle had come down. This part was leaning on the table and well, it has cracked the table. So somehow, some way, the water didn't run off the top and it stayed there and it crashed down. I can see that there's water pockets here. I don't know if you can see that. And I think that's what actually doesn't seem to want to go out. That's really weird. That's a really bad design. So water probably comes in from the top, goes down, fills up in these bags. That eventually weighs it down, and doesn't seem to be anything broken necessarily, but yeah, that really sucks. So we have one broken table, as far as I can tell. Yeah, some stuff, bits and pieces lying around. I'm gonna pick that up. Our stove is completely wet as well. But other than that, it seems like the tent is still intact. But what a bad design. I'll probably put something over it on the top to prevent more water from seeping into that pocket. As soon as I wanted to leave the bed, I heard this sound. So I think we really just missed this thing from happening, or we could have probably prevented it if I would have gotten up a little bit earlier. Daniela is in the car, coming out now. Hello.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yep. You know why? Look at this. There's water pockets forming here inside some tent lining.
No way.
Yeah. See, because if you push it, it doesn't go anywhere. So this is filled up with water.
It gets very heavy
Became
and then
so
it
heavy
down.
that yeah.
Oh,
And it's the same thing here on this side.
yeah. Oh, that really sucks.
That's just a design flaw.
So sad.
So that's the end of it. And this happened 5-10 minutes ago.
Yeah, we heard that.
Yeah. So if we would have gotten up just a little bit earlier, we could have prevented it. But well, such is life. I actually slept like a baby in this rain. When it was windy, I couldn't sleep. When it started raining, perfect. Alright, we're all packed up. So dreadful packing up in the rain. Everything wet. And yeah, a wet car. Tent wet, gazebo, quick pitch on thing completely wet. I'm also completely soaked. I had a hot shower in the morning. I probably should have done that now, but it's fine. Yeah, this is the charm and the joy of camping as well. I mean, it's part of it. The owner of the campsite was kind enough to offer us some coffee, so I'm gonna go there now, have some breakfast, and plot our next destination, and also have a look at the weather there. My gut feeling tells me we're not gonna go camping tonight. We're enjoying our morning coffee at the campsite cafe with a view of these beautiful bonsai trees out in the back. But little did we know about the damage that this storm Alex was causing. In fact, for us it was a close call. The storm caused flash floods and landslides, people injured and even killed in the south of France, Italy, and particularly in the Maritime Alps, right where we had been only 2 days prior. I consider us very lucky that the only thing the storm had caused us was a collapsed tent and a broken table. I hope the villagers got the help they needed, and this just goes to show that anything can happen on a long distance trip. I'd love to revisit this area when the weather is a bit more forgiving, because hospitality was really great and the scenery beautiful. But for now we've got our mind set on Spain, and before that fueling up, because we're heading into the mountains. We have decided on our next stop. It's going to be Spain, Burgos, and I probably not pronounced it correctly, but it's another very historical city. It's about 4.5 hours driving from here, so I think it's a good distance for today, so that the day after we can spend a bit more time in the Las Médulas, the Roman gold town. And yeah, hopefully the weather will improve a bit when we reach Spain, once we go through the Pyrenees. I think it's going to be a nice drive, unless the weather changes drastically. We're just going to go into a hotel and dry up in there. Maybe you can find a hotel while I start the first leg of the journey.
Yes.
Let's go. Right, fueling up at a French Leclerc gas station. Change the language to English. You can start filling. Pay the transaction afterwards in the kiosk. Okay, we can do that. That's perfect. E5. It still says 98 here. Which is what we're going for. Pretty cheap, 137. That's it. Almost 100 euro. 92.66 liters. Paying at a French gas station. Bonjour. Contactless? No. Merci beaucoup, au revoir.
There's a laundry here. What the hell?
Little laundry, 18 kilos max. Well, this was smooth sailing. The car's all fueled up. I changed into dry pants, and we have our destination set. It's a hotel, Palacio de something. Yeah, there are two ways that we can go. You can either go via Biarritz, I think, via the coast, the north, or we can go through the Pyrenees, and of course we're going through the Pyrenees. Hopefully we'll be able to see some beautiful vistas.
Very typical European town.
Yeah, very. L'Estelle is the cafe.
Yeah, the church.
And the town square.
The pharmacy next to the church.
The boulangerie.
Yeah.
Today's route started in Lourdes, France, and takes us across the Pyrenees past Pamplona, ending in the city of Burgos, Spain. Alright, quick pit stop in Lourdes, I think is the name of this small town. On the signs there it already says Spain, and there's two calls, two passes, mountain passes, Col de Portalet and Col d'Albisque. Albisque I think is closed, we saw on the signs. Hopefully that's not the one that we need to take. You can see the snowy peaks. I'm very curious if we're actually gonna go through the mountains that high up, or if it's going to be relatively low. We're currently at around 600 meters, I think. It seems to be very camping friendly here. There was even a camping shop, but places are all closed for lunch, and we just found out they close until 3 o'clock. So you want to get your stuff in the morning. What a lovely, lovely little mountain town. Spanish border is coming up. Boom. Hello. Let's go. I'm pretty sure this area isn't very friendly outside of summer, with warning signs for falling rocks and avalanches, and these avalanche traffic lights on many sections of this road. those of you missing some off-road action, here's a water crossing for you. Who needs bridges anyway? And we're in Spain, greeted by a welcome committee of police officers, of course, as is customary along this trip.
Oh, look at this village. What?
Wow.
Is it Pamplona?
I think so.
This beautiful place is actually the village of Verdun in Huesca. This is beautiful. Wow, it's also lit up completely. The rest of the landscape isn't.
We're a lot closer now.
Wow.
And we're greeted by our Spanish brother. This whole area is full of Land Cruisers. We are now in Zaragoza.
But I won't back down. I must stay on this road. I gotta know what I'm about. It goes up and turns back down. We're all looking for the moment when getting used to not knowing when all the pieces fall in line. Oh, it goes up and turns back down. I keep searching for signs in my dreams.
Right, we're driving past the Yeza Reservoir in the Kingdom of Navarre. And we're gonna try and find a spot to pull over and admire the beauty of this unusual spot. Yeza Reservoir. Let's go and check it out. And we've arrived at the hotel in Burgos. Time to find a parking spot. And that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and be on the lookout for episode 9 to find out if we finally make it to Portugal. Thanks and see you next time.